Hello, this is Karanja Mora with a limo, and today we'll be discussing the J1 visa. J1 visa explained. That's what it is we're going to be discussing. Last time we were discussing H1B. They're quite similar, except we're going to highlight the differences. So, what is J1 visa? A J1 visa is a work and study based exchange visitor program, right, in the United States. It's an exchange visitor program, non immigrant program. All right. So it is a, a visa that is sponsored by agencies that are designated by the State Department. In other words, you don't go directly and say, I want a J1 visa. There are some agencies that are designated to be issuing these visas. So the way it works is you either apply directly to the agency. They want to be a teacher. There are other areas, of course. Want to be a teacher, do your resume, everything with them. Then, of course, they'll issue you a J1 visa and also find you a job. On the other hand, you can find a job with a school district. And a job, you get an offer of a job, and then, of course, you approach one of these agencies, and then they'll give you a visa. So the visa itself, then here's the thing: those agencies, some of them may charge you for their services, and others are free. No? So you need to do your research before you jump into the agency that you're going to use. The agency are only allowed to charge a maximum of $2,500 if they're going to be charging. They're not allowed to charge beyond that. All right. But again, I think it will be pocket friendly if you find an agency that will do all that for you for free. All right. Now, the J1 visa allows you to work for the duration is 5 years. That 5 years is divided into two. You go into in the United States, you get to work for the first 3 years, then you have to extend it, all right, for another 2 years to a maximum of 5 years. All right. The other thing about J1 is that it has what we call home residency requirement. After the 5 years, you have to go to your origin, home of origin, and over there spend 2 years before you can adjust, you can change, or you adjust their visa to something different. That's the idea of the cultural exchange. They expect you, once you stay here for 5 years, to take whatever you have learned in those 5 years back to your home country and use it for 2 years, what they're calling the home residency requirement. Now, if you're going to the United States or coming to the United States, let me say coming, because that's who I am. If you're coming to the United States uh, to do teaching, then you have to have the qualifications of a teacher, just like H1B. You know, you have to have a bachelor's degree. That's the minimum, a bachelor's degree. You have to have a bachelor's degree either in education or a degree where you have a diploma in education as an addition. You have to be a teacher generally for you to teach here. Now, then you have 2 years teaching experience in your home country. And in J1, you have to be a current teacher. You cannot be a teacher who taught 20 years ago and now is trying to get back to teaching. You have to be a current teacher in your home country. All right. The other thing is that, yeah, you have to be proficient in English. That's a no brainer. If you're going to France or somewhere to teach, you need to know that language. The language of instruction in the United States is English. So you have to be proficient in English. I think that's about it for J1.